hearts grow cold. For love to last, it takes heart and soul. Now trouble with emotions, knowing what to say. Seconds turn to hours, hours turn to days. Tears upon a pillow, from a heart that's filled with pain. The love is starting over, it will never be the same. Now I'm all alone, with a broken heart. Give you everything right from the start. Heart and soul. Girl, you need to know how you tore my world apart. Didn't give enough, didn't give enough. Heart and soul. Staring out the window as the rain turns to snow, like a rose in the water, hasn't left grow. Like seasons always changing, we couldn't stand the test of time. Like a rhyme without a reason, made you change your mind. Now I'm all alone, with a broken heart. Give you everything right from the start. Girl, you need to know how you tore my world apart. Didn't give enough, didn't give enough. Heart and now I'm all alone, with a broken heart. Give you everything right from the start. Girl, you need to know just how you tore my world apart.
Hey, we're back in the cave once again. It's Thursday night, Thursdays with the Schroommeister, Victor Von Schroom. Hey guys, don't forget, we're going to be shutting down the YouTube app, I think after the YouTube stream after this week, after Saturday night, so that we don't lose all of those videos and I can download them all. For what? I don't know. But I just want to get them downloaded. And onto Patreon and BitChute. That may take a year. By the way, Periscope will be going away on the 31st. We'll probably zip on out of there a couple weeks early before they combine the Twitter app with Periscope. So you can catch us over on Trovo. And DLive still. And Twitch. And looking at Pure Social still, they are allowing live streaming now. Excuse me. Allowing live streaming. So welcome aboard, Victor. We got a lot of stuff here for tonight from Kitty B, yourself. Welcome aboard.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun. That's for certain. Because we gotta have a bit of fun. 'Cause the world is going nuts.
Yeah, you think? Yeah, everything I think just about everything that the previous president has done has been reversed in 2 days. Pretty amazing. Pretty. This is why I said many times before the executive order or the use of the executive order is a bad thing. It doesn't matter if it's your guy and it's for good reasons. It's a bad thing. And yep, 15 to 20 executive orders later, right?
It can always get worse. I mean, our Dutch government stepped down last week, and they voted in a curfew this week. So, guess how
Ooh.
that math works.
Oh, wow. Curfew, huh? So,
Yeah, please understand, they stepped down. So technically, they're not. We don't have a government.
but that's
Yet they
happened
still
a few
operate
times.
as one.
That's happened a few times before, though.
Yeah, but then they didn't pass laws and legislation. That's the difference.
Yep.
Nowadays, they're like, we're stepping down symbolically.
Ah. So they're stepping down, but they're not really stepping down? Is that...
Well, how would you look at it then? Because if you're still operating as a government, you're not stepping down. So the way I look at it is, they made a symbolic gesture. They screwed over countless families during the whole child support affair, and they had to plead guilty to that. So they stepped down symbolically. So that's a huge fuck you to those families. By the way, they're still running for election, so
I can see.
That's how sorry they were.
I'm just trying to figure out what happened to the Trovo chat. It was working. Maybe it is. Maybe I just can't see it yet. Might not be anybody over there yet. We're still not really. We're still trying to push people over there because of the D Live situation. But
Well, say about the live what you want, but Trovo won't allow a whole slew of content playing, so you're gonna have to deal with that once the media start lashing out for anyone who covers news articles.
oh, no kidding. So they're doing the same thing D Live's doing?
No.
Okay.
Trovo is more like YouTube, so
Oh.
you gotta understand that. And Trump, on his last few days of his administration, passed a fun little law where you're not allowed to cover news unless you're producing your own news.
Oh, right.
So
Right. The
Trovo might hit you up on those things where you cover articles or whether you show news.
Oh, there we
So
go.
you got to pay attention to the TOS.
That was that omnibus bill he signed that he shouldn't have signed. Where they were fighting over the $2,000, but everybody wasn't paying attention to the it was the copyright law that they threw in there, that you can't run any corporate copyrighted material or face a felony.
Exactly, and the news media in Hollywood got themselves a 15 million lawsuit budget annually out of that bill as well. So take a guess what they're going to do with small streamers that become noticeable above the grain. So
X hamster. Irrational Times found the workaround. You go to X hamster, and you and you open up an account there. Oh,
I'd run on Russian sites. That's what I would do. If they're gonna call you a Russian bot or a hacker, you might as well run on their show, right?
X hamster is that porn site, so that's, I guess we're all gonna have to head to porn sites. shows.
Well, you can't go to Pornhub because they put in the same TOS, so and probably other sites are gonna do the same.
Yeah, I saw some article about how one of the porn sites is upset because people are posting some of the racier shows up on the porn sites. The racier sections.
The fun fact is, it still takes a lawsuit to even poke Twitter at the whole sharing of underage images and whatnot on Twitter. So take that for what you want.
Yeah, that I don't get. There, you can have child porn on Twitter, but you can't. They're just deleting people for just innocuous reasons now off of Twitter. It could be just anything at all that they deem is hurtful is gone. But whatever, I don't get them. And actually, some media are starting to point that out. That yeah, you can find child porn on Twitter without really looking very too hard for it, and Periscope, by the way, and those people are still up. It takes forever to get one of those accounts knocked off Twitter or Periscope.
It takes a lawsuit to get them to do that, and people have been pointing that out way before the whole Trump nullification program they put in. But the thing is, it's not an interesting topic, so no one bats an eye.
Yep. You got to go to a Russian site for free speech, Monica says. Yay! I see IT out there in the chat. Christopher Alcala. IT, I saw those Ricardo stickers up there. Hey, Irrational Times, fuck you, man. I heard you irritated Ricardo a little bit there, Victor.
I just gave him a dono. He was very glad with it. He just didn't like the message. Not my fault.
Did you give him a video too?
No, I told him, hey, play the Rational Times song. It's a very good song. And he played, and his whole mood died. Not my fault. The dude can't take a joke. I don't know what's up with that. Because if he owned a joke, he would gain so many more followers, so many more viewers. But he sees it as an attack of his person.
All right, we're working on a 2008 Ford Focus. Yes.
Freaking YouTube. Yeah, he does. He takes it personally.
Well, the main thing is he goes, oh, they call me a leftard, they call me snowflake. No, well, yeah, you're the definition of a snowflake. You can't take a joke.
If he took it like you caught the Boogie bumper show last night, the Boogie show, Daily Boogie. Jeez, how could I get that wrong? I watch it every time it's on. I got that wrong. Anyway, he gets called all kinds of names on Twitter. It's funny. You're a leftist. You're controlled opposition. It actually does happen. I've seen it. It's pretty funny. But he takes it and makes a joke out of it. So.
Well, yeah, because the minute you own it, the whole point of them pointing it out goes moot. And from that point on, you can have fun with it. But some people don't understand that.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Speaking of, you know what? Since he wouldn't play your video, we'll play the video now. By the way, Rational Times does.
Banger.
Yeah. Rational Times does sell songs. So contact them, jingles, and maybe a jib jab.
Mustache in the middle of his face. If anyone makes fun of me, we're coming to your place. I control Ricardo. I I tell him what to do. If you're disrespecting me, I'll get him to crush you. Don't fuck with the mustache. Don't fuck with the mustache. No, you never fuck with the mustache, or else I'll pat your tail. Don't fuck with the mustache. Don't fuck with the mustache. No, you never fuck with the mustache, or I'll just tie the tail.
Irrational times. I want to punch you right in your face, you piece of shit.
You piece of shit.
You come face me, and I'll show what a fucking racial time is.
Then me and Ricardo, we were streaming on D-Live.
Piece of shit.
Then some people said some things. This mustache
Piece of
talk is
shit.
mine. There's people in our chat trying to kill our mustache vibe. Maybe I'll just threaten them with physical violence. Don't fuck with the mustache. Don't fuck with the mustache. No, you never fuck with the mustache, or I might just tattletale. Don't fuck with the mustache. Don't fuck with the mustache. No, you never fuck with the mustache, or you'll end up in mustache jail. Don't fuck with the mustache. Don't fuck with the mustache. No, you never fuck with the mustache, or I might just tattletale. Wait, Ricardo, no. What's that? No. Think of all the good times we had.
Well, Irrational Times, let's be honest. There is no apologizing for making such a banger song.
To remember
No.
Thank you for keeping me back.
I mean, Irrational Times made a banger song for me, and it's only because it's a song for me. That's why I like it the most. But other than that, it's pretty hard to pick a favorite amongst all his songs, because every one of them is just great.
Yeah, they are. Although this is one of my favorites, one of my top 10 for sure. Oh, see that? I wish that they'd integrate that chat from Trovo into Restream, but oh well.
There are just five.
Well, there is an Restream Trovo wiki, Tidy Labs kind of thing. Let's see, Boca Bradley pointed that out to me, but I haven't figured it out yet. So.
Yes, the guy contacted me on Twitter on a DM, but I went to the site and I haven't made heads or tails of it yet.
My main problem with that site is you have to link your Trovo first before you can do anything, which is kind of a problematic thing, I find.
Right. And I don't know what it's really got on it. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's as easy as Tidy Labs, but we'll see. It should be interesting. By the way, you sent me a good song that we should probably start out in celebration of what's Booty Home Joey
it's a
B.
Party, right?
Yeah. We got 15 to 20 executive orders to celebrate that erased 4 years in 2 days. So let's celebrate with some share.
It seems like happiness is just a thing called Joe. He's got a smile that makes the lilacs wanna
I gotta point
grow.
out, doesn't it sound like a funeral song?
He's got a way that makes the angels heave a sigh.
It's like a song you get written for your grandfather who's like in a care home.
No,
And he's not-
it's a song where you see a portrait and with a date of birth and a date of end.
Right now our country's gloomy. Fear is in the air. But when Joe's president, hope is everywhere. Troubles fly away and life will easy flow. Joe will keep us safe. That's all we need to know.
That's right, Kitty B. That guy, I got an alert, but he's not going to be on until 9 Eastern. Maybe Irrational Times can stream him in the corner. But yeah, he's going to do it. I got one of those Twitter alerts about him making lemon cake for Joe in that filthy kitchen. But it comes on at 9 p.m. Eastern. It premieres. So I tried to get it, but yeah, it's there, but it won't let you download it or even play it yet.
In Irrational Times, it is real. It's very real. It was the first one I found.
Oh, God.
Sometimes there seems no end to misery and despair. But when Joe smiles at us, compassion fills the air.
Oh, God.
Troubles fly away, and life is easy flow. Joe will keep us safe. That's all we need to know. Seems like happiness is just a thing called Joe.
Oh, God.
President Joe. President Joe. President Joe.
She
Best
really
bit about
did.
this whole thing is he can't even pronounce the name Joe.
No.
It's Joe.
She really wrote a song for Joe Biden. I can't believe these people. Wow. Wow. We had guys crying yesterday, men crying. We had news anchors actually crying because Joe got elected. Not because they're upset, because they're happy. They're so overjoyed they're in tears. Pretty disturbing. I don't know if we can put this video up, but anyway, I won't. I'll just tell you what happened. But Joe signed an executive order that you have to wear a mask on all federal property, unless you're the Bidens in the Biden family, apparently. So the media actually questioned Jen Psaki on it, who was not wearing a mask, by the way.
On federal property. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
We gotta keep it concise. Stick to the facts.
Yeah. And unbelievably, the media is giving them a hard time about it. That didn't last long with some of the media, at least.
No, but that's the whole thing. The whole paradigm shift is gonna go towards Kamala. And I feel sorry for Joe, because he's on the way out already.
Oh, I think he knows. He's said it, actually, a couple times on the campaign trail that, he probably wouldn't make it through his first term. So I think he knows that he won't be there very long. Then it'll be Kamala. And then we'll have a hell of a lot of executive orders because apparently they tried to get Joe to sign an executive order to remove news channels from the internet. And I guess he said, no, that's going too far. But mark my words, Kamala would sign that shit in 2 seconds. Like OANN and Newsmax, they want off the air.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. But the sad bit is then CNN and Fox and the likes would become state news.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I don't think those news companies understand what that means, because that would mean they no longer become a private company, they get incorporated.
That's right. That's right. So, Victor, we got a couple things. We got a Dr. Phil special about the 33-year-old orphan scammer, and we've got your setup. Yeah. And we got your setup about what is it? The Netherlands, or is it European Antifa?
No, it's the Dutch one.
Okay, the Dutch one. So which one do you want to do first?
Let's start off with the dwarf.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm quite familiar with that story as well, so.
I'm not. I didn't watch
it. Who aren't.
Okay, cool. Let's see. It's shit, why'd that do that? It's 7:00, so I'm gonna run 2 short ads here, and then we'll hop right in with the 33-year-old orphan. Here we go.
There's a place that we can go to watch.
We'll be back in 2 minutes.
All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us boobies. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy.
This just in. The global officials that can help all, also known as Got You, have now banned all boogieing and boogie-related movements worldwide. Public safety is the main concern, they say, and people are reminded that boogieing is contagious. Anyone caught boogieing will be dealt with in the harshest terms police have reported. More right
Sometimes this world can get you down. There's just one thing you can do. You gotta get back up and shake it all around. No one's gonna tell me how I'm gonna boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bump it tonight. No one's gonna tell me how I'm gonna boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bump it tonight. No one's gonna tell me how to boogie. Come on, everybody boogie bump it tonight.
There's a place that we can go.
Stop. Oh, I gotta get used to that. All right, here we go. Kitty B, I got that video.
Yeah, you gotta play the link Kitty sent, because Dr. Phil might be a bit too much.
Yep, I got that. An enemy within. I downloaded it so that it doesn't get stuck. All right, here we go.
This planet that we live on carries a syphilitic virus of lies and deception. And with every corner turned, that deception stalks us. With its transgender he, she, me, she, you too, me too. It seems existence is an illusion. I am fluid too, liquid to be precise. And if you don't believe me, you are a mental. Lies and manipulation, the dueling blades of the day. The tales that are about to unfold are those of deception that can only have come from the abyss. Enjoy or not.
I'm going to turn this down a little bit, Victor, so I can hear you if you want to cut in on this.
Yeah, well, that's the downside with people who don't have original time theme songs.
Yeah. First off, I'm going to pause it right there because first off, how the hell did I know it was Florida before it even came up? I don't know anything about this story. But how did I know we were going to be in Florida for some reason? What the hell's...
Well, say what you want about Florida. If this happened in California or New York, the adoptee would have had more rights and claims than the parents. So it's a good thing it happened in Florida.
We probably wouldn't even have heard the story in New York, to be honest with you.
You would have, but she would have sued the parents.
Yeah, and won.
She's very vague about who they were and where they were, and it sounds strange. How could she be with so many families? But
Chat, if you can't hear it, let me know. This guy's sound is all over the place. It's really high and then it's really low. So
I work in the foster care system, and you can be in a home for 3 or 4 days and move to another, then to another. So it's not clear cut. But
Meet the Barnett family. And I guess you could say if the world were a shitty diaper, they wanted to change it. And even put talcum powder on its balls. But there are those who'd say that if it's shitty for a reason. And if you try to change it, you're gonna just get your fingers stinky. Meet little orphan Annie. In 2010, the Barnetts invited 6-year-old Ukrainian orphan Natalia into their home to share their family and to spread their love.
okay, that's her, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing with little people and dwarfs. You can easily spot the difference between a child and a dwarf, and that's simply because of the baby fat. A 6-year-old shouldn't be having baby fat.
Well, she looks like she could be a 6-year... I mean, I would be... Right now, if I didn't know the story, I'd be going, okay, yeah, it's a 6-year-old.
Well, just by the headshot, yes, but that's the thing. That's the thing. You don't have to see her naked. You just have to see the arms and legs. You'll see the Michelin baby fat, and that's kind of a characteristic to dwarfs and little folk.
Yeah, you can't see the rest of her right now, so yeah. But by the headshot, you'd think she was a 6-year-old kid. If that's all she sent them, then yeah, I would...
Well, it's not that she sent them, it's the Ukrainian foster. This is the thing. People have a problem. Oh no, we adopted a dwarf. This is... Ukraine is a poor country. So when you adopt people from a poor country, that's usually human trafficking, if not adopting.
Yeah, that would be human trafficking.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, over here in the Netherlands, we have a lawsuit case from Poland where we legally adopted over 200,000 Polish children, which the Polish people would call kidnapping.
Yep. And then we actually, the United States stopped doing that, but Russian children after the
No. The U.S. didn't stop that. That's the thing. It stops in certain countries where it becomes problematic. Everywhere else, it's still legal. Please understand that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can adopt a Russian child if you're in the U.S. right now, because that Magnitsky Act.
No, you still can.
Oh, so you got to find a way around it.
No. You don't have to find a way around it. You just now have to pay a surcharge for it. That's the whole difference. It's the same thing over here in the Netherlands or in any Western nation. When an area becomes problematic, all it means is the fee is going up. That's all it is.
So you just got to give more money, and you still get a kid.
Yeah. Because you're not going to tell me that a wealthy family can't pick and choose their kid.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because I guess they have so much to give. And because Natalia had a rare form of dwarfism and were a cripple, she needed a lot of extra TLC that the Barnetts felt they were willing to give. And although the Ukraine, where this orphan is from, exports some pretty hot strippers and hookers, apparently it's not so nice of a place to live if you're an orphan. You get the point. It's a shithole unless you're a cocksucker. Oh, pardon me. Did I hurt your feelings? Well, this ain't the fucking Disney Channel. You can tell, 'cause there are no mouse ears on the corner of the screen. Anyhows, so the Barnetts adopted this dwarf orphan. But apparently things got strange right from the get-go. When Mrs. Barnett were bathing the kid, turned out she had a bush. Which was strange for a 6...
Oh, that video back here, yeah, you can tell. Okay. Right here when she's in the bathtub.
That's the whole thing. But Kitty says some places are not allowing because the kids are being used as flashlights. No offense, but China is importing the crap ton of adoptees, and they're not being used as flashlights. They're used for organ harvesting. So.
Yeah, that's in China. Yep. Yeah, and the people they transport from like Honduras to Coyotes, and yeah, there were some pretty terrifying videos of them just hacking people up out in the desert for their organs.
Yeah, because that's all those people need. Everything else is just human byproduct.
Yep.
Which was strange for a 6-year-old. But Mrs. Barnett put it down to just something the dwarves have, like stubby fingers. But the Barnetts had other concerns. The kid, considering she were a Ukrainian, didn't even have an accent, much less speak the language. But when the mother found the 6-year-old's underwears and realized that she'd been menstruating, well, she knew that something smelled fishy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but I ain't gonna go there, 'cause this is a family show. So when she confronted the orphan who asked what was going on, the kid calmly answered,
"I'll kill your family."
Oh, shit! This is like one of those B horror movies where the little people come out from underneath the stairs and drag you away.
Barnett voiced her concerns to her loving husband. They decided to take their commie adoptee to the doctors to get to the bottom of these anomalies. And after a series of tests, the physician concluded that the pesky Ukrainian orphan was 6 years old. She was closer to 30. When they tried to contact the people that they bought the kid from, they disappeared, vanished like a midget down a manhole. I guess they should have kept their bill of sale. When they did a little poking around, they found out the nasty little munchkin had been from family to family. And in one case, even broke a kid's arm, proving she didn't mind cracking skulls to get her point across. In their quest to become saviors of the world, they would be honored
if you would join us.
Thank you for the follow. 1 of 1.
Wolf family at risk. And although their Eastern Bloc adoptee weren't growing, the family's fears certainly were. For their own safety, they started making calls, and they found out no one knew where their so-called Ukrainian refugee orphan came from. But there's one thing for sure. The zip code weren't in the Ukraine. And to make matters worse, Mrs. Barnett felt like she was now being watched by the creepy little critter, and her phone calls listened in on. It was early one morning when she came into the kitchen and caught Natalia pouring bleach into her coffee. And when she questioned the rambunctious little refugee what she were up to, she answered,
"I'm trying to kill you and the rest of your family, one by one."
Which is pretty ungrateful considering that she brought her to the free world. So in the middle of the night, while Natalia slept...
Wait a minute now. Wait. So you mean to tell me that this person threatened to kill the entire family twice now, right? Got caught pouring bleach into the mother's coffee. They found out this person broke another kid's arm from another family that she was staying with, and they still let her stay there?
It's not the thing about letting her stay there. You can't send them back. You pick the kid. You're stuck with it.
But
there are laws against that.
isn't this adoption agency a scam, though? Because how could they not know?
You need to understand how bureaucracy works. Just because one thing is a problem doesn't mean the other law gets negated. And that's the main problem with bureaucracy. There are laws upon laws upon laws. So if you're trying to figure out how this illegal adoption became a thing, you're going to have to prove it was illegal first before you can get rid of the kid. And you're also with the problem of, well, it was an illegal adoption, so you're now liable.
So the doctor that they took this 33-year-old to couldn't tell them that this person was 33 years old or not a kid?
He did, but like I said, there's a whole bunch of red tape you have to go through. It's the same over here. Because in the past, people would just ship them around. Simply because of the whole child support thing, where people would adopt a whole, almost like 20 kids, and the minute one kid became a problem, they'd ship them out and get a new one. And because that was a problem, new laws came into being where you're not allowed to ship them around anymore. And this family came out, got a rude awakening about that.
This is like having the Bride of Chucky in your house at night. I mean, you got to sleep with one eye open. You don't know if this thing's going to come out from under the bed with a butcher knife.
You can't lock them up because that would be child endangerment.
I'd be installing like cameras and going, you keep watch, for a couple hours. I'll sleep. You, holy shit. Yeah, bleaching your coffee will kill you too.
Packed up the car and the kids, paid 6 months worth of rent, left some cash on the table for food, and headed towards the border of Canada, which I guess is a haven not only for draft dodgers, but also for dwarf dodgers. It was 3 years later, of dwarfless bliss, that the Barnetts, now separated, discovered that their little problem,
Christine, is there anything you want to say?
No comment.
had become a big problem. Because when they tried to return to the States, they were arrested for child abandonment. The cop...
Oh, shit!
There we go.
Holy shit!
There are laws against abandoning a child. And you have fun proving she isn't.
Yeah, it's a 33-year-old dwarf, but now they're under... They took off because they were afraid for their lives from this adopted 33-year-old dwarf posing as a 6-year-old. They took off to Canada, left everything behind, and they get arrested. That's pretty fucked up. Wow, you were right. Yep.
who once felt that they had so much love.
They took their natural kids with them, though. I'm assuming, right? To Canada.
Yeah, the whole family took off and left her alone, and she probably called child services since she's a grown up.
Shit! Holy shit! This dwarf has balls.
To give were now felons. I guess this dwarf fights back.
Oh! That's not the Bride of Chucky, but that's close. Oh, wow. She got adopted by another family. Holy shit.
And he's now going into a different story. But yeah, that's how that dwarf operated. And the thing is, she got into the American, immigrated, pretty much, with a certain age on her birth certificate, and you have fun trying to prove she isn't.
Maybe that's how Kitty B says maybe that's how Andrew Ditch got his inspiration.
No, Andrew did try to poison his family like any other family member. The only difference is he was stupid at it, and his family found out.
I didn't try to poison my family. They weren't taking care of me. I could get hit by a car. Oh, man. So what? We didn't get to see what happened to the dwarf.
She even got to be on the Dr. Phil show, where
Yeah.
he called out on her bullshit. But the joke is, you can make a whole public spectacle about it. It doesn't change the age on her birth certificate, so she got shipped to another family again.
You gotta
Even
be kidding
after
me.
being on the Dr. Phil show.
You gotta be kidding me. Wow. So this dwarf has never gotten caught.
She's been caught. She's been ousted. The problem is the red tape around it. Because you have good luck proving she is or she isn't.
Oh, thank you for the sub, Boogie Bumper. I did. Come on, Trovo. I did tell my streamers
Yeah, Trovo does that every 5 minutes. If you're too quick with tweeting it out, because you basically have to be live for 5 minutes and then tweet it out, otherwise Trovo doesn't understand.
I farted, but no poo, though. Oh, yeah. People like Andrew Ditch and this dwarf, and it's just sad that they can get away with what they get away with. I mean, I don't think Andrew Ditch has a legitimate
No, he has
medical
zero
problem.
legitimacy to his ailments. The thing is, he just shits his pants. And you have fun proving he's not having a mental problem, or because that's the main problem I have with the current stance on ADHD, autism, and all that things. In the past, autism was quite obvious because those people could not function. Nowadays, everyone has autism. Everyone has ADHD.
Yep.
So, because of that, more and more people are abusing the system to their own benefit and to the detriment of the people that are actually suffering from it.
Well, actually, my son has a legitimate. I mean, he is special needs, 100%. There's no doubt about it. Trust me. I mean, he's diagnosed and everything. He's got a rare genetic disorder. But the problem is people like Ditch take away from people that really need help. Especially when they get older and like I've seen older special needs people that their parents are too old to deal with it anymore. When the people get in their 30s and whatever, and your parents are in their 80s, those are the people that need help. But people like Ditch just abuse the system.
It's not just that, but the thing is, get them classified is now an issue.
Yep.
Even though your child cannot function, someone who can function can get it easier than your child.
Yep.
And that's the main problem with this nowadays. Because there are TikTok people that are like, I got autism, I'm on the spectrum. Yeah, like maybe an inch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's they're taking a mile when they're on it, and that's the problem.
That's like in the 80s. If your kid was a little bit, or 90s, more so in the 90s, but if your kid was a little bit hyperactive, they classified you as ADHD and put you on drugs, and then that's it for the rest of your life. And that Ditch is probably one of those kids.
Well, that's the same thing with some kid. I had it during my childhood. During the early 90s, they were like, "Oh, he has ADD, he has ADHD, he has all that kind of stuff." No, I was bored. And when you're bored, you're gonna do stuff. That's the whole thing. And these days, everyone is like, "Oh, people acting out, they must have something."
Yep.
Because it's the same thing with criminals nowadays. Criminals are considered all criminals are now by default mental head cases. And that's all because certain criminals try to get out of their jail sentence to get into an easier place to even a shorter term, because that's the main benefit of being trialed criminally insane. But the main criminal insane plea was, I don't get the death sentence. I just get taken care of now.
That's right. That's right. You go to a mental health facility, which is not prison. Hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, and because these people are taking up space they shouldn't be taking up space, your mental head case won't be able to get in. There's now a waiting line.
Well, that's why we have so many homeless all over the country now. Those are legitimate people that need to be in a facility. Most of them.
No, the vast majority just became homeless because they ran out of money. That's how simple it goes. Because people say, oh, we got to have UBI, we got to raise the minimum wage. No, the problem is the whole paradigm of the world now is you have to have you have to have a partner, and both parties have to work, and the whole economy is based on the middle class, not the lower class. So the lower class will have to have double amount of work. So they're going to have to take double shifts. They're going to have to take a side job. So how are you going to do that when you're on your own? Because you don't have a partner that gets you money.
In America, that's going to be even worse with UBI and $15 an hour. Yeah, I tried to explain it to somebody. Somebody was arguing on Twitter about it. And they were arguing with somebody, I can't remember, somebody that's been on one of our shows, I think, on Saturday night. And their theory is if you get a universal basic income or $15 an hour, that you won't have to work as many jobs. And I said, how do you figure that? And they also believe that the price of your Happy Meal or your McDonald's meal is not going to go up. That the
economy is going to adjust for that. That's the whole problem. And they already stated, if your business can't pay that amount of money, you shouldn't be having a business. Well, where are you going to get your hair done then?
Where are you going to get a job? I mean, most of those McDonald's jobs and Taco Bell and Burger King here are for, at least in the 80s when I went to school, like being a busboy. That's what I did when I went to high school, for extra money, for spending money. It wasn't like a career or anything. So they hired high school kids and seniors to do that work. Well, if you're going to pay them $15 an hour,
on the side.
Yeah, you're going to pay them $15 an hour. They're going to have to raise their prices. This person swears up and down on Twitter, going on and on. No, they're just going to have less profit and deal with it. And I'm like, do you ever run a business in your life? I mean, all the corporations, even if they make a profit, right? They go against the previous year. So Amazon made $1 billion in 2020. Their projected profit is $1.5 billion in 2021. I'm just making up numbers, by the way. And at the end of 2021, if their profit was only 950,000, not $1.5 billion, they count that as a $500 million loss. That's the way they calculate it. So what do? They raise their prices to adjust for that loss in the next year. And this person doesn't understand that. They're saying, no, they'll just eat into their profits to pay people. I'm like, on what earth are they going to do that? You still have shareholders to answer to, right?
Well, besides that, the biggest joke is people will go, oh, UBI will be great. Fine, UBI will be a thing. Minimum wage gets raised. Here's the thing: a simple thing like getting your hair done. There isn't a chain of hair salons. The basic things are not chains; they're mom and pop shops. To take Walmart, for instance. If you close down a Walmart in a town, you're going to need 15 grocery stores that are going to employ, at the bare minimum, 3 to 5 people. Unlike that single Walmart that can do with 5 people.
Yep. This person just didn't. And then on top of that, the UBI, right? Universal Basic Income. This person said, just print money. And I'm like, you can't just print money and say, but we're in. And her theory is we're injecting more money into the economy. But you can't just print money and inject money with nothing. Eventually, it's called inflation. And they're like, no, that won't happen. I'm like, okay, whatever. Keep living on another planet, please. You know, when your McDonald's meal is $25 instead of $10, right? That's going to happen.
There is a reason why we could buy a pack of bubble gum for a quarter. 50 if not 70 years ago. There is a reason why we now have to pay $2.
Exactly.
Because they don't understand. Because the only time they understand is when you put it in front of them, where you're like, I'm going to give you $15. This Mars bar is going to cost you $1. Here's the thing. I'm now going to print $135. So this Mars bar is now going to cost $10.
Evil Eric is on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was it.
Evil Eric is on to another point too. Not only will the prices go up, because they will. You'll be working with a skeleton crew, but here's what's going to happen: you're going to have less full-time employment. That's already been proven in cities like Seattle that have tried this. That they just put everybody on part-time. So you're telling me millions more part-time jobs and millions less full-time jobs is a good thing?
Well, that's the whole thing. During the 60s, 70s, the unions pretty much protested and lobbied and blocked any robotics progress because they knew that was going to take jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They were called crazies and conspiracy theorists and whatnot because they said, well, if you're going to have a robot, you're going to have to have a guy that operates said robot. But nowadays, automation, it can run itself, and you can see it with the quality of the product. Because if a human makes it, the quality of the product is 10 times better. Why is a robot automated product 10 times worse? Because the robot can't make any better, and the company isn't going to produce any better because that's what the robot does.
That's right. And we've seen over the last 2 years that they are doing that. They are working on kiosk McDonald's where you just go up and there's nobody there, and your order comes flying out. There's like two people working there.
They are already normalizing it with the whole because say what you want about the whole corona pandemic, whether it's real or not, whatever, I don't give a crap. The QR code registration at stores, that's now a normal thing for people to do. And they already made automated fridges, and everyone was like, what do I need with an automated fridge? Well, the automated fridge will be able to tell when your milk carton is going to go bad. And before you know, a Walmart delivery truck will pop by and gives you a new carton of milk, even though you didn't order it.
Yep.
Where does the employment come from?
It doesn't.
You don't even need to take the bus. Let's take the whole I own a car example out of it. You don't need to take public transport to go to do your groceries anymore. They're going to deliver it. And the minute you're not needed on the road because of all this automation, guess what? We're going to have automated cars and the likes, because they test tried automated cars, and they can't operate within human traffic. It's a known bug issue, because human traffic they will stop without the computer be able to tell when to stop. Humans are erratic, so a computer can't compensate for that. But the minute humans are not needed on the road anymore, guess what? We're gonna automate all cars, and you won't be able to own a car anymore.
Exactly. And Monica makes another good point out there in Trovo chat. Self-checkouts, yeah, they're popping up everywhere where they don't even need a cashier anymore. If you do go to the store, which eventually you won't even need to go. You just put your order in, and boom, it's on your front doorstep. So be careful what you wish for with your UBI and $15 an hour. You won't be able to afford a carton of milk because you'll be working part-time.
The biggest example is the car industry. They have automated themselves into bankruptcy.
Yep.
To the point they oversaturated the market with cars, so no one needs a car. So they're no longer making a profit, so they need bailouts.
Well, during the Obama years, their biggest problem was they were making cars that nobody wanted. Because the government said they had to make these cars. Well, especially the GM takeover. Now GM's facing bankruptcy again. At least Ford kept making big SUVs and made it through without any government help. Because that's another problem where the government dictates the market, what you can and can't sell. And that causes problems too, because if you've got 500,000 cars that nobody wants to buy, you're not going to make it, right? You got to sell products and make products people want to buy.
Yeah, but no offense, but if you buy a car today, are you going to buy a car tomorrow?
Of course, yeah, of course not.
Currently at the point of saturation, people forget how market saturation works. 50 years ago, maybe a third of the world had the need of a car, or even owned a car. Nowadays, it's pretty much 99% of the world has a car, aside from third world countries, and even they're starting to cap on to the max of their own of car ownership. So, what are they going to do in the next 10 years? People don't need a car because your car is going to wear out after 10 years for sure. But within those 10 years, you don't need a car. What are they going to make? Because their factories are automated. And they can only build one thing. Because that's the problem with automation.
Exactly.
And because of that, you'll see in the next 50 years, you'll see car company, any company that automates things, unless it's consumable produce like McDonald's and the likes. Those companies are going to fade out, and there are only going to be maybe in the world 5 companies of those, because any other company is obsolete because you don't need it. Everyone already has the product.
Yep, exactly. Well, that's what the basically the Great Reset is about anyway, just eliminating everybody except for a few mega corporations that handle everything.
Yeah, but that's my problem with the Great Reset. Fine, we're going to kill off the whole world aside from 500 million. Who's going to buy a car? Because we got 3.2 billion cars. Who's going to buy a car? No one's going to buy a car. Same thing with computers. Who's going to buy a computer when there are more computers than you ever need?
It's going to be like an episode of The Walking Dead. You're going to have cars everywhere just strewn around, you know.
Yeah, but that's my main problem with the whole reset thing. Reset is fine, but the problem is you're not going to make a profit out of it because no one is going to need anything. Well, at least not for the next 50 years.
Their assumption is it doesn't matter because there's only 500 million anyway, so right?
Yeah, but it's the same thing with when it comes to production. The minute you saturate a market, you're going to make a loss. Look at Apple. Apple keeps making newer products. However, the problem is the iPhone market is saturated. Who's going to buy a new iPhone other than the religious types that has to have the latest model?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. Well, we're going to run another ad block here. They're shorter now, and I place them every half hour or so we don't have like a 7-minute ad running. So we'll run that, and then we'll come back with the Dutch Antifa. We'll see what that's all about. Should be interesting, Victor. We'll see what you got.
Oh, it's going to be fun. That's for sure.
Do you like your novelty comedy songs organic? Handmade with painstaking care, put into every note? Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later. Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
Idiot boogie bumper, idiot boogie bumper, idiot boogie bumper, idiot boogie bumper, idiot boogie bumper.
He's really giving that one a workout. Come on.
DLive.tv/JJ Stoner. And we love JJ here on the show.
It's the JJ Stoner Spring Collection, the perfect attire for any and every occasion you can think of this season. Like we were in the mosh pit full of sweat and everyone's slapping, hitting, and pulling on you. This shit won't rip! Lunch at your favorite cafe? Brunch with the girls? These stylish ensembles will give you the confidence you need to look and feel your best. Or if you're getting arrested for possession, it comes with a built-in police stick-proof body armor. Keep swinging, pigs! Call now, and your order will come with a complimentary ounce of that dankest bubblegum slurricane that the South has to offer. Don't forget the wall tapestry! If you need to cover your wall, it works!
All right. I got better that time. Yeah, I broke the ads up because 7 minutes of ads. And if I don't play your ad, and Victor, by the way, you got to send me your ad. Or, no, I can get it off of Rational Times. If I don't play your ad one time, we'll get it in the next rotation. I'm trying to rotate them around a little bit, and they're shorter, too. So, breaks things up a little bit, right? All right, let me get. Which one do you want first, Victor?
If you give me a sec to introduce it, this is not Antifa. This is the anti-fascist socialist movement, and per emphasis on the socialist movement. And if you want to play the "We Got Him" first, because let's be honest, every conspiracy theorist went, "Oh, Hitler went to Argentina." Well, Hitler didn't go to Argentina. As we're going to see soon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that. I think A&E or somebody like that ran a show with some guys that went to Argentina. Now, Nazis did go to Argentina. There's quite a bit of evidence of that, but they couldn't get the answer on Hitler, for sure. But some of them did show up in Argentina, and there were some bases they were building.
The main problem is basically the lower command or the higher command ran to Argentina, but Hitler stayed in his bunker. Just ask the Russians who have the cap of his skull on display. So.
Oh, there you go. Finding Hitler. That's what it was. Okay, here's the first one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Oh!
Yeah, that's the only annoying bit about it.
Boy, they need to fix up that music on there.
Well, that's the meme one where they had the music blaring. I don't know why, but yeah. So guess what? In the northern province of the Netherlands, called Groningen, we had Hitler camping and barbecuing.
Whoa! What?
And the local county did not like it, so they called the National Security Agency and pretty much all the cops they could find on him.
Wow. So, all right. So that's the other video then that you sent in. Okay.
Where we're going to see his arrest.
All right. I'll bring this one up.
Sadly, it's in Dutch, but yeah.
Well, tell me when you want me to stop it, and I'll.
You're gonna know when to stop, cause you'll see a particular someone in the frame.
This guy he's trying to look like him. What the hell?
Oh yeah, that's the whole thing. People think, oh, it's just the neo-Nazis, it's the KKK. No, over here in Europe, we still have the OG ones. They still exist in Germany. They still exist in France, Spain, you name it.
No kidding.
Komt niet zo vaak voor dat nationaal-socialisten door een democratische rechtbank in het gelijk gesteld worden.
De 44-jarige Stefan Wijkamp uit het Gelderse Oosterbeek was vandaag samen met een aantal vrienden, onder wie de rechtsextremist en oud-politicus Joop Glimmerveen, naar Groningen gekomen. Wijkamp werd in 2009 gearresteerd omdat hij samen met een aantal andere mensen weigerde.
So they're arresting him here.
Yeah, and that's the biggest joke. We got him. But the biggest irony is the whole thing about this is currently with the Corona protesting, the farmer protesting, all the protesting we're doing right now, they're pulling the same thing they did on Hitler. Back then, everyone was like, "Yay, they're translating Hitler." They're translating. Dang it, Christy. They're arresting Hitler. All they did was they asked for a permit for a barbecue, for a get-together. No one in the neighborhood filed a complaint. The only person that filed a complaint was the mayor themselves, because they saw what's coming into their town and they didn't want to have anything of it. And over here in the Netherlands, we have the default position of let's take them out first, and then we'll deal with the legality of it. And he went to court about the whole thing, and guess what the verdict was?
So I'm gonna wait and see, because he'll tell me at the end. So they arrested him for nothing. Right now, at this point, they arrested him for nothing.
They told him to leave or be arrested, and he was like, "Well, then you're gonna have to arrest me because I'm not leaving because I have a permit."
Okay, so he did have a permit, right, to run this.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You ask for a permit to protest over here, for instance. Last Sunday we had a protest against the whole Corona thing. The minute a third of the people were on the scene and 2/3 were still traveling, they revoked the permit and sent in the military police.
Oh shit!
And the same thing happened with Mr. Hitler over here.
Oh, so they gave him a permit, and then they decided they wanted him out, so they revoked the permit and then send the cops in and arrest him.
Yeah, they basically they give you a permit, and then halfway through they're like, "No, this is bad optics. We got to get rid of these people." And then they'll announce, "We revoked your permit. Don't come here anymore." And the people that are still there, well, they're screwed because the police are already on the scene.
Well, you're starting to see that here now because, Portland last night, I guess, had a ruckus, but the cops really didn't do anything. They arrested about a dozen people, but they still just ended up destroying some historic buildings.
Antifa and Black Lives Matter right now are not fashionable to arrest. Give it a few months, then it becomes fashionable because the media campaign has to get going first.
So they gotta slowly turn you against them after cheerleading for them for 2 years.
They're now going to report, "Oh, look what they're doing now! Look what they're doing now! We got to who's going to do anything about this? And they'll blame the mayor, and the mayor will have to step down, and another mayor will come in, who's pretty much the same guy you had before, but he's going to be the new face that's going to solve the problem, because they created the problem and they know how to fix it.
Well, the mayor
taking your rights away.
The mayor in Portland is starting to make that turn now. Starting to make that shift now. So, but it's slow.
Yeah, it's a slow shift because Biden just got into office. Give it a few months, and then the whole machine starts to run in second gear, and then goes into third gear, and then all these people are gonna get arrested, and then the whole thing. Oh, black people are being arrested, black people are being shot, black people are being choked out. That whole question is gone.
Yep. It's going to happen because they don't want Biden stained at all by, well, they're already talking about you're not going to see much of him, but they don't want a Democrat, whether it's Biden or Harris, being stained by riots all summer again. So they're going to have to solve that before summer.
Yeah, my best bet would be Biden is going to step down over health reasons, and then Kamala, who's known for strong arrest, will pull up and go, you know my track record, I'll put them all in jail. And there you go.
Yep. Yeah, they like I said, they've got to solve that before summer. By the way, Evil Eric's out in the chat. Kitty dropped the links for all your artistic needs. Go over to Evil Eric. Ugh. Evil Eric designs a lot of nice stuff. I think you've got something for me, Evil Eric, right?
If he designed the J.J. Stoner shirts, yes.
Okay. Yep, yes he did.
Om een feestterrein in Nieuw-Scheemda te verlaten.
Wij waren daar gewoon om te barbecuen. Gewoon een gezellige bijeenkomst. Dat niet eens een politiek karakter. Niet dat dat wettelijk veel meer verschil maakt. Want ik vind dat ook wanneer wij een politieke bijeenkomst hebben, dat die niet verstoord mag worden. Maar dit was puur een gezelligheidsbijeenkomst.
So, holy crap, look at all the cops.
Yes, and that's the thing. This was a private get-together of maybe 15, 20 people, and they sent 80 cops over there.
Holy shit.
Because this was a media event.
And from the arrest, it doesn't look like anybody was fighting back or anything. They just...
No, that's the whole thing. They got asked either leave or get arrested, and they're like, well, put me in handcuffs then. That's all the discussion is. And say what you want about their beliefs. I don't qualify myself as such, but the thing is, you have civic rights, and depending on your political stance, your civic rights don't matter. And everyone's like, oh, that's going to be the whole Biden administration. No, that happened way before under Clinton.
Yeah, so like in America, by the way, I'm not cheerleading for the Nazis here that got arrested, but in America at least, you should have the right, as morally wrong as it might be, to be a Nazi without losing your civil rights. As long as you're not breaking the law, right?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. That's what they're going to end up doing. What we did 11 years ago in the Netherlands, that's going to happen with the people that join, because they're going to use Charlottesville and those kind of events. The whole attack on the Capitol, they're going to use those events to do this. And they're going to make a media spectacle out of you. Because the minute you do a get-together to protest about anything, and they have a chance to label you as MAGA, Q-tards, you name it, they're going to do a show of force with all the media watching. And then you're fucked, because the public opinion is already slanted against you.
And it will get down to BLM and Antifa eventually.
Well, that's the thing. Currently, the focus is MAGA and the QAnon people. Specifically, for the majority, the focus is currently on the QAnon folks because they're the biggest crazy people. But that focus is going to shift all the way over to Antifa and then Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In my prediction, it'll be before summer because he can't. Neither one, Kamala or Joe, can't have a whole summer of cities burning again.
No. This summer, you might still expect before the next year's elections or the year after.
Well, believe it or not, the way it works here now, that starts this summer. That's the way it's been. I mean, you start now, Victor. You start seeing the campaign signs come out and the requests for donations 2 years before an election's even going to happen. Well, it's less than 2 years because the elections are in November, so they have to get a jump start. So they're going to start in June, July, requesting donations.
Well, yeah, but the whole thing is, I think they're gonna have to wrap around the whole COVID thing. The COVID, not the pandemic itself, the whole lockdown, all those kind of things, because they're gonna have to have people out in the street to eyewitness this.
Yep.
And once the lockdowns are being, people get their freedoms back, they're gonna go out, and then they find, oh, Black Lives Matter, Antifa is ruining my town. The MAGA people are ruining my town. The QAnon people are ruining my town. And that's where the whole because they're gonna develop a rapid deployment squad. That's gonna happen.
I don't really know anything about the Q thing, Evil Eric, but what I'm seeing on Twitter right now is some craziness, to be honest with you. It's just lunacy what's being posted, and they're taking stuff from like 2018 and putting it up there and saying, oh yeah, see, that this is why we're right. So there's still people believing in it and believing that Biden's going to get arrested and all that craziness. So, but it would take at this point, a military coup for that to happen, and that would not be a good thing.
Well, the thing with QAnon is it's a doomsday cult that has far past its due date. So now they're going to fragment and go do their own thing. Whoever ran Q probably is already out of the loop, leaving everyone else hanging. That's the main problem. Because what I gathered from during the years of the whole Q thing is they already had their profit set up, and there are still people shilling and grifting for it. And those people will keep the thing going until federal law is going to make it illegal. And sadly, so will be for everyone else that streams.
Yep, and what's happening now is the FBI is pressing for that right now. They want the whole thing labeled as a domestic terror organization. So, yeah. If you're a person listening right now, you're probably better off staying away from all of that, especially if you're a person that's asking for donations about it too. You're better off staying away from that because once they do that, they're going to come after everybody. Apparently, and I don't want to out the guy's name or whatever, but a streamer, one of their streamers who talks about nothing but this stuff, got a visit from the FBI yesterday or the day before, right when the stream was coming on, apparently. So,
well, not just that, but the people who think, "Oh, I'm in a foreign country, I'm free to do whatever I want because my country lets me." You gotta understand that country has an extradition treaty, and so the FBI is known to just grab people out of countries the minute an extradition order is issued. You'll see your own cops, but you'll also see an American official alongside to identify you, and you're fucked.
Yeah, and that could very well happen. If they're pulling people out of their homes now that were part of it, and they're obviously using the Capitol as a big boot now to crush everybody. Yeah, whoever it is probably just like deleted everything if they're smart, and is trying to distance themselves from it pretty damn quickly.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. The minute the domestic terrorism thing fades away, they're gonna go for international, and they're gonna hunt them all down.
Yep.
And the main problem is you can go, oh, I'm just gonna delete my account. I'm gonna delete everything I have on file. They already have your stuff on file. So
That's
if
right.
they need you, if they need you for views, for votes, they're gonna come after you.
Hey, Cabaret, the video is I'll let Victor explain the video. Came in late.
The video is from an anti-fascist socialist movement that sympathizes with the one and only Adolf Hitler, and they got arrested, even though they had a permit for the little barbecuing campsite.
We'll finish up this video, do our ad block, and then we'll take a look at that dirty kitchen. Have you been following that with us at all, Victor?
Oh yeah, I've seen
it. Okay. Apparently he decided to clean after we saw the mouse droppings on the floor. So we'll have to see how he did.
Toenmalig burgemeester Jong.
By the way, he is doing a live or releasing his video at 9 p.m. Eastern. He cooked a lemon cake for Joe Biden's inauguration. I couldn't get the video because he's got it set as a premiere.
Man liet het terrein destijds ontruimen uit angst voor een confrontatie met leden van het antifascistenfront. Dat gebeurde op basis van informatie van de Algemene Inlichtingen en Veiligheidsdienst, de AIVD.
Als je meent als burgemeester dat er toch ingegrepen moet worden, ja, dan zul je natuurlijk ook alle
So is this the mayor?
Yeah, that's the mayor.
Okay.
Well, the former mayor. He didn't get his re-election.
So getting rid of the Nazis didn't get him re-elected?
Well, that's the whole thing. His province is predominantly communistic sympathizing. So having Hitler show up, that didn't go well.
No.
Instrumenten moeten wegen. En dat is de vraag van, was dit instrument, het hanteren van een noodbevel onder de gegeven omstandigheden, wel het juiste instrument?
Een onafhankelijke bezwarencommissie oordeelde dat het noodbevel te snel en daarmee onrechtmatig is afgegeven. En dat oordeel nam de rechtbank vandaag over. En dus werd Wijkamp vrijgesproken.
Ik hoop dat ik gezorgd heb dat wij dus in het vervolg gewoon ongestoord kunnen vergaderen, ongestoord bijeen kunnen komen, zonder dat wij lastig gevallen.
You know, this guy really put the effort in. Oh, he made himself look like Hitler. I mean,
well, yeah, but that's the whole thing. He went to court about it, and an independent committee was like, well, your emergency order came too fast. No one else got time to respond or even read it. So it was an illegal order. And that's the thing what the Dutch government does with most protesting. They'll file an illegal order just to get you from the day's event. They need to get rid of you. When you protest the royal house, for instance, you're going to get arrested. On what grounds? There are no grounds. But there is an emergency order that allows it. And these kind of things, they're going to happen even more frequent than they already have, especially over here in Europe, and probably within the next few months over in America. And that's why I figured I might as well pull one oldie out of to simply give you the idea of what's going to happen. Because, like it or not, these Nazi sympathizers, they had a right to be there, and all they did was pull an emergency order out of their ass, and they got arrested for it. Who's to say it's not going to happen to you when you legitimately protest something you don't like?
Well, that's what's going to happen. Like we just talked about, eventually it's going to get down to everybody. They're going to label everybody in America that protests a radical or an extremist group, and then just arrest you.
Worden door bange burgemeesters met onrechtmatige.
Cabaret Z's comments are killing me. I identify as Hitler.
De gemeente Oldambt heeft de fout inmiddels erkend en keert Wijkamp een schadevergoeding uit van €2628 en 46 eurocent.
So I take it he lost.
No, he won. He got a settlement out of it. But because it's not America, he doesn't get to sue for millions. But he got his expenses paid out, and he got $2,500 of pain and suffering.
Wow.
And that's the thing. If you take them to court, you'll win. But the problem is, let's say your local official is going to set up a new corona order today, and you're going to protest that. They're going to remove you today. You're going to be able to sue them and get your right the next week, the next month, the next year. But today, that corona order is going to go through because you weren't there.
Yep.
And that's the main problem with it.
We'll do the last ad block for the night, 2-minute ad here, and then we'll get to that dirty kitchen and see what happened. By the way, Kitty dropped the link if you want to go over at 9 o'clock. The video premieres. I don't think it's live. I think he pre-recorded it and set it as a premiere for 9 o'clock tonight, which is kind of odd. If it was for Joe Biden's inauguration, why would you run it the next day at 9 o'clock? That's kind of odd, but let's get over to that last ad. Oh.
Hello, my name is Frozen Asian, and I'd like to tell you about my show, The Sunday Night Shit Show, every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Along with good conversations and laughing at funny and weird shit we find on the internet, we also have the Hat Cam, where I showcase my myriad of great-looking hats. Here is a testimonial from a great friend of mine who has enjoyed my hats lately.
I hope your next hat is a bullet. Jesus Christ, what are you, fucking Asian Dick Tracy? What's wrong with you? Why do you have to ruin my evening? Like, I was just gonna just listen to my buds do their show, and you just gotta do that. You just do the show without the hat.
So you're not enjoying it?
No!
Dude, Asian
come
Dick
on,
Tracy.
secretly you enjoy it.
You look like you're going undercover in Argentina, but it's not working.
I hate you. I hate you.
Come on, you secretly love it.
No, I openly hate it.
And there you have it. So subscribe to the Sunday Night Shit Show at youtube.com/Sunday Night Shit Show. And hope to see you there on Sunday nights. Bye.
The world is a terrible place, full of terrible people doing terrible things. Thankfully, there's a weekly live stream that doesn't sugarcoat it for you. Join Major Tom Saturdays at 10 p.m. for The Big Empty. That's Major_Tom on D Live. Make sure to use zeros for O's because your life really is that hard.
By the way, we have a little programming change for Saturday night. We're going to be on at 8 o'clock to 10, and then you can catch Major Tom, The Big Empty, at 10 o'clock. We're going to close out the Promises Kept show and just do the speakeasy on Saturday for 2 hours. So, that's that. There's too much stuff to clean. Oh, boy.
Indeed it is.
Hello.
Oh, God, it's even worse than the last time we saw it.
So much to clean up here, as always. This oven is, what did I? Oh. Well, that's the flash button. Oh, that's fun. Anyway, I can use this. I used to have, like aluminum foil in here, but, Yeah, God. Shit. Okay, when I was filming here, I had my arm up here and it's like sticky and it's like pieces of burnt pizza, like these pizzas. So that's, I guess, the salt from some potatoes I made. I need to
Yeah, those super salty potatoes. Irrational Times cleaned his kitchen extra clean because of these videos.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, if you use an appliance, whether it's an oven or a pan, you gotta clean it afterwards. If you don't, it's gonna be a thing where you're like, after 10 years, I'm gonna have to get a new stove.
Yeah, but he said he can't get one because of that. It's only, I don't know, 20 inches wide or something. I don't know. But he's got a piece of junk cabinet on the other side that he could just get rid of.
You're telling me a thrift store doesn't have an oven that's
Yeah.
cleaner than his?
Yeah, it's got to be a lot cleaner than this. Let's see if he's got the 3-in-1 oil still in the sink.
I need to go to the store and buy something called Easy Off. It's,
You need more than that.
Cleaning product. Tried using bleach.
Whoa! He tried to use bleach to clean his oven?
Well, that's also the problem when you don't have a dual parent household. You don't get taught how cleaning works. So you're just gonna buy anything that cleans.
Yeah, cleaning that oven with bleach, that's not going to work.
Thingies there, but it
something called
didn't
Easy
work.
Off.
I let it soak and it's anyway. And these thingies, apparently the best way to clean these is to put the oven at like 500 and just.
Yeah, technically it will clean, but if you could see, he tried it, and
he's gonna reheat his oven to 500, and that's gonna make it easier to clean. How? It's hot. You won't be able to touch anything, and if you put any liquid on it, it's gonna immediately corrode the thing.
Is this thing broken?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like it's hanging down a bit. I don't know, it's like folded or... I don't know, it's supposed to be straight. I don't know. Anyway, that thing is old. Yeah. So much stuff to do, don't feel like it.
Irrational Times likes to slow cook his
Start by doing the
bleach.
dishes, maybe. Anyway.
Slow cook that bleach.
Yeah, so today is January 20th, 2020, and it's... Oh, it's about 1 in the morning, I think. Like,
You know what he should do first is like get a broom, get a garbage bag, get rid of all the garbage first, and then work on cleaning your oven and clean the sink and wash those dishes. That'd be a good starting point, right?
I'd use an industrial buffer with 20 grain on that oven and then repaint it, because nothing is going to come off of that.
Oh, Cabaret likes to throw their bleach at random strangers.
120.
That's mean. You're a meanie head.
12 years ago, I made an omelette for Obama.
Hey, the bathroom looks better.
Inauguration. Almost ended up killing myself. I still have, I don't know which finger it was, but to have like a burn or something from that day when,
Oof.
like the oven, well, not the oven, but the pot caught on fire. Maybe I should make something for Biden later. No, maybe a cake or something. I haven't made cake in a while. But first, before I can actually cook something, I need to.
So he made something for Obama's inauguration, and now he's making that cake for Biden. That
He
explains
made
a
an
lot.
omelette and burned his finger while doing it.
That explains a lot, though. Just saying.
Yeah, shit. Let me just...
Get a garbage... Oh. Get a garbage bag. Oh, don't throw it on the floor.
And what's below the pile of pizzas? Another grill.
Okay, what's the tuna doing there? So this one's probably expired. Does tuna expire? Yeah.
Wait, is that a charcoal grill?
With that thing.
I think so. It looks like one. Let's see if he gets back to it.
Tabasco sauce. Not even open. Yeah, I gotta clean the surface here too. I have a whole bunch of tubs of plates here.
Oh, no. No, he's got dishes in the bathtub. Dishes
Well,
in the
the sink
sink.
was full, so where else is he gonna put it?
Oh, look how dirty that tub is.
Thingy.
I just want to yell through
Anyway,
the screen and hope he listens.
was,
Get a broom and a
I was
garbage
thinking
bag.
about Donald Trump, and I was wondering, like,
Imagine being the owner of the place you're renting out.
like, how does this guy became so popular?
Wait, are those
It's
toilet rolls?
Yes.
Confusing. Because,
It's
like,
garbage
toilet
in the
rolls
bathtub.
you know,
There's garbage in the bathtub. See the garbage?
in politics.
Yes, I'm realizing what it all is.
Yeah, it's just a mess. McDonald's bags and...
Part of a toilet paper, or sometimes something I like to do. So like I take when I have toilet paper, like I take this, you know, like the old rolls, and I pretend like it's like a ship or something, and well, like an airplane or something. There's people in it, so like I throw it in, and I imagine the people inside, like in Hunt for Red October or something. They're like thinking, we're sinking. And anyway, what was I saying?
Oh, God.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of them there. Yeah, so Donald Trump, like, in politics, generally, you have to be super careful.
Any bets on him just pulling out a plate and wiping it off and eating on it?
He did that the other day. He just rinsed them off with water, and they were filthy. That's what he ate his potatoes off of. Those salty potatoes.
I've known someone who tried to run for office. It was 2013, and the Liberal Party was they had Justin Trudeau as a leader, and they were opening slots for people to get signatures and get introduced to the party and run for office. So one of my friends was running. So we went together to a Liberal Party event in the east of Montreal, and Trudeau was there. We met him, we talked to him, and we met one of his buddies, Pablo Escobar, not Escobar, Pablo something, and he was like a big guy, and Pablo Rodriguez, and remember I spoke to Pablo Rodriguez, and like he gave a speech, like, and I told him, dude, you speak pretty well. And he looked at me like I'm an idiot and tell me, well, yeah, I won 3 elections. So, but like you could see these guys, like, by the way, my friend didn't manage to run. So anyway,
I don't know about you, Winning TV, but maybe we should change the cave for a dirty bathtub. That seems to be the image for political discourse.
Get a screenshot of this.
And
Stick it up on the
I guess
screen.
idea with Donald Trump is that he does the exact opposite. He's it looks like he's just...
Well, this is how we're going to have to stream from caves now.
Basically.
About 2 or 3 years from now.
From bathtubs.
Yeah.
Dirty
From
old bathtubs.
dirty, nasty bathtubs.
Saying whatever how he wants.
With garbage in it.
It comes across. And
Oh yeah, it's all garbage.
I think his popularity represents a very...
If I knew where he lived, I'd send him a box of garbage bags and a broom.
What I mean is, like, I think...
Well, the benefit would be they would automatically classify you as a mad person for having such a filthy bathtub. So
to being led.
You might be able to fly under the cover for a while.
So far as cleaning goes, we've thrown all the garbage on the kitchen floor. That's as far as we've gotten so far.
Yeah, and we're pulling old paper toilet roll cardboard out of the bathtub.
No, those are airplanes that are crashing with people in them.
Yeah, but he's saving them now.
Just following
He's hanging them on the faucet.
Red October, hunt for Red October, he said.
The girl's happy. She's just,
Maybe that old can at the bottom is the submarine.
That's Red October.
Where do you want to eat? They don't know. They just want to.
What's the can of Cola Zero then?
That people just enjoy.
What's the what?
Being led.
To the left there is a can of Cola Zero bobbing in the water.
And making decisions for yourself. And I think what Donald Trump.
Kind of want to know if that's a Titanic or not.
Yeah.
At the essence.
Wow, look at that McDonald's. Just throw your garbage right in the bathtub full of water.
Statements. He doesn't overcomplicate anything.
It looks like what's he doing? He's pulling the garbage out at least.
No, he's pulling the toilet rolls out.
He just gives the people simple.
I don't know what his plan is, what he's going to be doing about it. Maybe he's digging out one of his plates he needs.
So this is what's happened. This is what's going on, and
so he is a Biden supporter and an Obama supporter. We know that.
From the viewer.
He's a French-Canadian Democrat,
Also, I think
Kitty put it.
He presents these simple... My God, how many airplanes did I crash in there? Shit. Well, he presents these ideas, I think, in a way that you probably feel like you came up with them yourself, Yeah. So I think...
Oof. Look at that. Oh.
I don't know. I just...
Now, my only question is, does he use toilet rolls for other stuff or just pooping? Because if... That's a lot of toilet rolls.
Well, he leaves them up there. He saves them so he could throw them in the dirty bathtub with garbage in it and plates. That's how he explained it. He likes to think there are airplanes full of people.
Yeah, but he threw an empty toilet roll in there and called that a plane. I don't know what he calls these guys.
Yeah, that looks like an empty bottle of dish soap there and the McDonald's bag. What's the McDonald's bag? If the toilet rolls are airplanes, what's the McDonald's bag?
I don't know, but there's probably a fry or two left in it. I'll bet.
Ooh.
I think that's probably why he was so successful.
Oh, that's McDonald's cup. So that was a jumbo airliner.
I guess desire that a lot of people have for just simple things, like this is who you are.
Cabaret thinks it's a mouthwash bottle.
And they're bad, and you gotta do
that's
that.
Probably what it is. I doubt it's dish soap bottle.
It's simple. It's simple.
We got to see the other side. This is just a disclaimer side.
That's why. And he also, I think he used things that a lot of people already sort of believed, and he just. Guess he just put them in easy ways to understand, And I liked to watch Alex Jones I bought some of his DVDs back in the day, and
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Cabaret, how is he gonna do his showers in there without pulling the plug? Because
Yeah.
if he wants to shower, the bathtub is nearly full. So
So this doesn't make sense. He watches he watches Jones, but he's like a Biden fan and an Obama fan. That's kind of weird.
I thought it was pretty entertaining because I wanted to. Back in those days, I wanted to write a fantasy novel, and involving aliens and.
Oh, he was using it for research.
Some sort of a Star Wars-esque sort of setting, and I actually watched Alex Jones for ideas, because it was so outrageous what he was saying that it was actually good, like from a storytelling perspective. I'm like, I want to make a Star Wars story where, like, what Alex Jones is saying actually happens.
First thing you should do is like clean your house.
And he can't sue me for copyright infringement because he's presenting it as news. Like he's presenting it as something that's real. And you don't have a copyright on news. So if you say it's real, well, fuck it, I can use your shit. You're saying it's real, so how can you copyright it? Anyway, but I don't know. I liked watching it also because he just tells you what to think, and I guess for a brief moment I just pretended to believe it, and there's something. I think there's something soothing about. Did I get all of them?
So he is a pro-Obama, pro-Biden guy who likes Alex Jones.
Or something.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fault his logic on there, but I see an issue.
Yeah. Oh, wait. He's just going to take those and throw them on the floor?
No, in the sink.
Well, we got no cleaning done.
What am I going to do?
Get a garbage bag.
I'm probably going to go to bed. I'm getting tired.
Get a gas can in the match. That's it. That's the easier way to do it.
And look, I have...
He's going to go to bed instead. Cleaning that kitchen.
It's really nice. I feel like I'm like in some kind of a spaceship or something. When I'm in there. Hey, Star Wars. Anyway, so I guess I'm gonna go to bed and maybe tomorrow
Well, folks, this is what liberal media does to you.
I guess later, when I wake up, I guess I'll...
So, we got no cleaning done. All we did was throw more garbage on the floor.
Possible to cook something in here.
And more garbage in the sink.
Yeah.
I don't know, what time do you...
But hey, there's some garbage out of the bathtub now, though. So.
11 or...
Yeah, a little bit of garbage. All the toilet paper rolls out of the bathtub. That is strange. You go from Alex Jones to Obama and Biden. That is just off the charts weird.
Hopefully this time I won't have to use the snow to extinguish a fire. Let's see if...
Extinguish... Oh, that's when he cooked the meat on the oven,
Bye-bye.
on the stove. He grilled his meat.
People say this was a fire hazard. He already had a few fire hazards.
We're getting toward the end here, but I wanted to play this because I didn't get you in the ad block yet, but here's what Irrational Times did for Victor, for the Victor show. So here we go.
Well, folks, I have to tell you, I just saw the craziest moving picture clip you've ever seen. Where, you ask? Well, it's the Victor show. He plays the wildest...
That's what he washes his dishes with, toilet cleaner.
Let me tell you a little more about it. Stuff to make you laugh out loud. Something for the political crowd. Put it all together and you got the Victor show. So next time that you're in town, why not make Mr. Von Schroom proud? Come on down and watch the Victor show today. Something waiting for you, something fresh, exciting and new, waiting for you down Victor Show. People acting very weird and sometimes kind of queer, but you'll find it all down on the Victor Show. Sometimes we may have some very serious things to say. It just depends on what kind of mood we're in that day. So next time that you're in town, why not make Mr. Von Schroom proud? Come on down to the Victor Show today. You know, I actually met my first wife here. 1953, we got married in Vegas. I know it's all fun and games here, but I'll tell you something. You might even learn something too. I saw it first right here on the Victor Show. Something waiting for you, something fresh, exciting and new, waiting for you down at the Victor Show. People acting very strange, the whole world has gone insane. You'll find it all on the Victor Show. You know I saw it first on the Victor Show.
So don't forget, Rational Times will write you a nice song or for your show, whatever you got going, or a jingle, or a jib jab, right?
Well, he'll get you an amazing song, whether you like it or not. Just ask JJ.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I guess we're going to do a game show with a Rational Times confirmed. He and the lovely assistant are going to be on one side, and we're trying to work it out with JJ and his significant other to do like a dating game or a newlywed game show and a battle royale on this show on a Tuesday night. So that should be fun. The jib jabber.
Jib-jab battles?
Yeah, it'd be a Yep. So it'll be a battle royale between the Ham World Order and the Jib Jab King, I guess you want to call him that. So that should be fun. Cool and fun. So yeah, that was a great song for are you opening your show with that, Victor?
Yeah. I usually play the old-fashioned Victor tune at the beginning. Then I'll play some weird songs, and then I open it with this song. So you can catch me on Saturdays at 3 Eastern, and Sundays I'll do a PG version where you can spend your lemons, because that's how Lee Live works nowadays. And that's going to be around 1 p.m. Eastern, because Leon van Poesel goes live on 3 p.m. Eastern.
Last thing, Evil Eric wants to know when gas is going to be $5 a gallon. That should look. I think it's going to be probably by July. You'll see gas prices over it in New York. It'll be over $5, but consistently it'll probably be $5 across the country. So that should be fun and cool and fun. That'll help everybody.
Expect 7.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll start out with 5 and then move its way up, because that was the plan from Barack Obama originally. He wanted gas at $8 a gallon. So yeah, that should help out tremendously. With your $15 an hour will go to gas, or your UBI will go to gas. Fill your tank to go to work. That's cool. See
well,
that?
No, with when UBI becomes a thing, your gas is going to be $12 a gallon.
Exactly.
Or maybe even 15.
So that, yeah, Uber's going to be very expensive.
Oh no, Uber is still going to be dirt cheap. That's the joke. Because those guys work on tips, not wages.
Yeah. Oops. Oops. Yeah,
So
Uber will
is still
disappear though, because you can't make any money if you're just Ubering people at 50 with $8 a gallon gas. You're not going to make any money.
Well, that's the whole thing though. So the tip rate is going to have to go up, or people are not going to show up. And people already did that, where they're like, Well, for my 20-minute ride, I took 40 minutes, so you're going to have to pay me more.
Oh, so we'll be back on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, with the Speakeasy Show, and we'll see you there. Tomorrow night is Boogie Bumper. No, he's not going to be on tomorrow night, so hopefully somebody fills in that time slot tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Don't forget, no Irrational Times. It's Thursday, so you got nothing to fill in that space between this show and Nightwave. So, well, you just have to hang in there. Maybe you can go watch that lemon cake get cooked.
Well, unless Cousin Joe shows up, but he's a bad friend, so we don't know.
Yeah, he might not show up. So, all right, guys. And I'll put out an alert about our dating game, our newlywed game show versus Irrational Times versus the JJ Stoner show in a battle royale. Should be interesting. We'll see who wins. Well, it's a matter of who knows their mate better. And apparently JJ, he's got issues there. He's a foil on the counter guy, and he didn't know his wife was a foil, or significant other was a foil in the drawer guy. So Rational Times is already making the prediction. The Team Jib Jab is going to win.
There better be some storage questions in there, because we're going to have to have more storage questions.
Yeah.
Answers.
Yes. Oh, that puts JJ at a disadvantage, though. So.
Oh, that's the thing. JJ does know where his significant other stores the items, whether he agrees with it or not. That's a different story.
Yep. Daywave tomorrow's movie day, right? You got JJ Stoner tomorrow. So you got that. You got Revenge of the Sis, Nightwave, No Boogie tomorrow. And Joey Pesci. He's been on a lot lately. Apparently in lockdown. So midnight, Joey Pesci. So there you go. We'll see you. Oh, by the way, we'll be done at 10 o'clock Eastern on Saturday, so you can hop on over to the Big Empty Major Tom. Don't forget about Victor. I think he mentioned he'll be on at 3 p.m. Eastern Saturday. And at 2 on Sunday, right?
1 on Sunday.
1 on Sunday. All right, guys. Thank you very much for stopping by. We'll see you on Saturday. Catch out all those shows. Thank you, Kitty B, for all the links. Have a good night. I can't open a chest, by the way. There is no chest.
You're going to have a PG show at least once a day, once a week.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something so that people can get some lemons, I guess. Let's take the X tag off and be careful what we say and do. All right, guys.
Yeah, but subscribers are also a thing. Because
who
doesn't want to be a winner?
Yeah.
I'm still a winner, though, so...
Fuck you, Irrational Times. I'm just trying to pay my bills, you fucking cocksucker. I thought that was funny as hell. He's got it up on his site, too. I should have played that before I played the, before I played the Ricardo video, because that's funny as hell. All right, guys. We'll see you. Have a good night. Oh, Irrational Times is on tonight, Kitty? Sorry, Irrational Times. I thought you took Thursdays off. But go check out Irrational Times at 9 o'clock. Oh, no show tonight.
I love you, I wanna love you tender. You could
are you farming for coins when you have a heavy bag?
And just like that, I'm working for the Chinese again.